This is his Just One Guy with his Just One Guy Studios because I'm basically just one guy, and you're watching my new tutorial series, Unity for Noobs. Okay, in today's lesson I'm going to teach you how to make a very basic health bar. Now, just to give you an idea where this tutorial series is going, I'm going to show you the personal health bar which I use, which I'll be completing, basically turning this health bar into. Okay. Now, on the player health bar, you can see that it has a health bar which you basically damage, and you damage the current health and all that stuff. But it also has an armor bar right here, which lets you put an armor over the health bar. And then it has variables for what to do if you get hit, if you're dead, how to turn it off and on, how to block the health bar, and for elemental damage in case you want to set the character on fire or put them in ice and all this other stuff. Now, but just to start off with, we're going to start off with a very basic health bar, and we'll get into all this later in later tutorial series. Okay, this is the basic health bar script. The first variable we have is the max health, and this is the maximum amount of health that the character has. And I made it a float instead of an int because it just looks better going down. It looks a little bit smoother. The next is the current health. This is the current amount of health that the character has. Now the current health will be subtracted from the max health, and that's how it will appear on the screen. The next is the health bar length. Now this is important, but we'll get into it later. And as you can see, all these are floats. After that is the health bar texture. Now this just controls what the texture looks like, and as you can see, it's a texture 2D. Okay, and the start function, which is called once every time the script is activated, what's the name? We have the health bar length. Now this is just telling it that at the beginning, the health bar is the size of the screen width divided by 2. So basically half the screen. And I thought it looked good, but you can change the size for your game needs. And we're telling it that the current health equals max health, ensuring that our current health is the maximum amount of health every time we start the script. Okay, next we have the update function, which is called about 1,000,000 times a second. And in the update function, we're calling the adjust current health. Now, normally in the update function, you would never call it just current health, just because you would never call it from the script, and you wouldn't really need it. But just for demonstration purposes, I'm calling it. And that's adjust current health is basically the function to damage or heal the health bar. Now, I just put, if you press the A key, which is input.get key up, if you press A, it calls the adjust current health, and it takes away 10 points. This is just for demonstration purposes right now, just to show you that the health bar is working, until we can get into later tutorial where we'll be calling it from the enemy script. Now, as you can see, the number is -10 and not 10, because if you put 10, it's going to heal the health bar by 10 instead of taking away 10. Okay, next we call the all GUI function. And whenever you're doing like a drawing of a 2D, character names, health bars, or any type of picture, you call the all GUI function. And we're basically saying GUI.draw texture, which is telling it it's got to draw a picture. That's the size of a rectangle right here. And this is just the first variable is given in the size it's going to be. It's giving it the placement of where it's going to be, which is screen dot width divided by 8. I use screen dot width instead of actual numbers because it's easier just to calculate where to be rather than filling around with it. And screen dot height divided by 8 minus 50. And you might have to play around with this to get it right, but this controls where on screen your health bar is going to be. And the next two variables control the size of it. This controls the length, and this controls the width. Now, as you can see, the variable health bar length, health bar length is right here, because the length is going to be constantly changing based on how much health we have, and that's what the health bar length variable does. And we say health bar length divided by 2, because that's going to be the start size, and then it's going to shrink over time. And the last one it takes is health bar texture, and this is just telling it what the health bar looks like. Okay, next we have the adjust current health function, and we're basically telling the function that it's going to take a float. I named it ADJ because basically that's how I did it when I was doing the tutorials, and I never needed to change it. Now, the actual function, what it does is it says current health plus equals the float number. Now it's just taking a float number and added it to the current health. And since right here it's a negative number, it's going to take away 10 points. And basically all this right here is to get rid of potential bugs that you can get. Like if current health is greater than 0, then current health equals 0. If current health is greater than max health, current health equals max health, ensuring that the character can't pass the maximum amount of health. And basically, so if you go to 0, it just equals 0 and not -1 or something like that. And this one just says if current health is, I think below max health it equals 1 or something like that. I forgot what this particular one was for. And this is the function that, this right here changes the length of the health bar right here. It says health bar length equals screen dot width divided by 6. And then it makes sure it's that 1/2 is the current, it goes down by the maximum, the current health when it's damaged. Now, okay, as you can see, I set up a basic scene here. It has a cube so we can walk on. The first player controller, so we have something to be our character, and the directional light. And on the first person controller, I have my health bar texture. My health bar script. And it takes, you can see all the variables, the max health and the current health and the health bar length and the health bar texture. Now the texture, I'll go over how to create a texture in a next tutorial video. The health bar length is, I left it at 0 because I set it from the script already. And the current health, I set at 100 just in case, but it's set from the script, so it'll always equal 100, but I just like to make sure. And the maximum health I set at 100. Now, as you can see, if we maximize the game, take a look at stats, hit play, the health bar is drawn on the screen right here. That's because I placed it right here specifically. And if I hit A, it goes down. And it'll go down to 0, but I want to show you that the variables are actually going down too. Now, it's drawing a little bit off screen right here. But as you can see, if I hit A, it goes down to 50, 40, and the health bar length is going down too. Now, if you like this video and want to see more, please like and subscribe. Thank you.